This first about 10 to 15 minutes or so, I've designed it so you can put it at your desk. So if you have only 15 minutes or 10 minutes and you just need a quick little shoulder stretch break from your computers, or if you've been driving for a long period of time, this is designed for that because that's been the #1 request for quarantine. Or if you've been making masks, that's also been another thing of bending over the sewing machine. So this first 10, 15 minutes shoulder, and then I'm going to come right back down to the floor for a little bit of shoulder stretch or hamstring stretches. So if you are at home and you have a strap or a belt or a long scarf, some of you have been using kitchen towels, that works too. And or a block. Feel free to have that nearby. I'm just going to use this. That's what's available to me right now. And I also kind of really like this. It's pretty nice and sturdy. So if you have this little Pilates ring at home, this also works too. So this first few moments, we'll go ahead and get centered. So bring your hands down or up. So inhale, close your eyes, reach your shoulders up, and exhale, lower them. And if you're at home and you have that space, feel free to have your back against the wall or something steady. So each time you inhale, have the sense of extending the crown of your head upwards. And each time you exhale, release. All right. Come on in. How are you? Good, how are you? Good. Do you have any requests? Lower back. Lower back, okay. I can absolutely do that. 10, 15 minutes, I'm gonna just start with shoulders and then we'll kind of. Cool. And what is your name? Sue. Sue? I'm Francis. So this first few breaths, we're just gonna center. So have your palms face down or face up. So whichever one that feels the best to you. So close your eyes and you're just gonna take a deep inhale. And deep exhale. And so we're going to just start from the neck here. So drop your chin towards your chest and just start to gently move your head a little bit more side to side. And let's bring your right ear next to your right shoulder. And the right hand is going to support the right side of your head. So left arm is going to reach out. Maybe you're going to lift up. Maybe you're going to come into a little circle. So any sort of little movements here. You can reach your fingertips right back down if you want. Back a little bit. So that way it's going to stretch out right into the front of your neck, right on the shoulder. So don't worry about going really deep with this. A little goes a long way. And so now this time you're going to drop your chin and have the chin kind of point towards your right arm. And your hand is going to come onto the top of your head. And same thing, your arms around, whatever that means here. Stay in stillness. And so that sensation is going to kind of spread right back the back of your neck. And then as you exhale, both hands down, chin towards your chest, left ear next to left shoulder, and then just pause, left hand right underneath the left side of your head, right arm left side down. any little movements here. Also, drop your chin towards your left armpit and bring your top hand or your hand on top of your head and just pause right there. Gently just stretch out right into the head. And then just as gently as you release right here, interlace your hands and bring your hands between your head, widen across your collarbones and draw your elbows wide. And then as you exhale, drop your elbows in, chin towards chest, open right in between the shoulder blades. And then inhale, lift, elbows are wide, chin up, chest up, maybe even looking up slightly, and then exhale, drop down. So you're just getting a little bit more mobile through the spine. And then slowly you're going to reach up, interlace your hands and flip your palms up. Yeah, and then as you exhale, chin towards chest, bring your palms forward. Yeah, and then inhale, lift right back up. And then exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Slowly you're going to lift right back up. Release your hands either side of you. Inhale, shoulders up. And then exhale, roll them back. Okay, so if you're sitting on the ground, let's just extend your right leg straight out, left leg draws in. So flex your foot, reach your arms up, and then as you exhale, you're going to do a little side bend here. So keep your right hand down, left hand behind your head, lift your elbow up, and so just rotate open and then exhale. Slowly. Inhale, lift, and exhale. Yeah, so this is where you're going to get a little bit more mobile through the shoulders. And you might start to kind of feel this down the side of your back too. And then as you exhale, you're just going to hold it here. You can bring both hands either side of you. Lengthen through the spine. So you push your fingertips down and reach through the spine. Yeah, there we go. So remember, you're always just hinging from the hips slightly rather than your waist. So if you want to go a little bit deeper, keep your right hand down, left hand outside of your right leg, and then gently, about 2 inches, you're going to twist your upper body slightly towards the right. There we go. So keep extending through the spine. And just remember, you can do this with the desk too. Yeah. You're just finding that little bit of leverage. And then slowly as you come back center, right arm over the left. So either give yourselves a big hug or just come into full guard asana and just move a little bit side to side. Or going up and down. So draw your elbows up just a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. And that's going to give you a little better stretch of right in between the shoulder blades. And then slowly as you lift up, unwind your hand and bring your right hand onto your left knee. Gently rotate, gently twist. So you're twisting from the rib cage here. So stay really long. And then as you come back center, yeah, let's switch your legs and same thing. Yeah, your left leg extends, right leg draws in. Same thing, inhale, you're going to reach up, and exhale, side bend towards the outstretched leg. So your right hand comes behind your head, open up, and then exhale, close. Inhale, open. open, and then exhale, close. So this first few movements, it might not be as fluid, and that's completely fine. As you progress, it'll just get a little bit easier. And then whenever you're ready, as you exhale, hinge towards the outstretched shin, both hands either side of you, lengthen through the spine, and then lean forward slightly. You can stay right here or right hand outside of your left shin, lengthen your spine, and then gently twist here. Yeah, that's it. So it's it can get really deep, so it's pretty small here first. And then just as gently as you come up, bring your left arm over your right and either give yourselves a big hug or come into Garudasana and just move a little bit side to side. Yeah, maybe it's up and down. Maybe it's bringing your arms to the right and as you look to the left. And then just as gently as you come right back up, unravel your arms and come into a little twist here. So bring your left hand onto your right hand and gently twist, looking over your right shoulder. And then just as slowly as you come back center, this time you'll just clasp your hands and draw the knuckles right behind you. Yeah, and then you're gonna bring the clasped hands outside of your right waist. And then close your right elbow in. And then you're gonna look over your left shoulder. There we go, that's it. So bring your right elbow in even closer towards the side of your body. Yeah, there we go, that's it. So it's just gonna get a little bit more into that side of the neck here. And then just to slowly switch directions here, clasp your hands outside of your left waist, throw your left elbow in, look over to your right. And then just as gently as you come right back center, this time bring your hands behind you and draw the soles of your, actually draw your feet apart, yeah. There we go, and then inhale, lift your chest up, and then exhale, release your head back, and you can move a little bit side to side if you want. There we go, that's it. So you're opening up into the whole front of your body. And then slowly as you come up, cross your ankles, roll over your shins, and come onto hands and knees, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Fingertips are spread really wide. Inhale, chin up, chest up, wide across your collarbone. And then exhale, chin towards chest, open right in between the shoulder blades. There we go. That's it. So if your low back is kind of achy, just keep your sacrum pretty quiet here. Trying to not to move around too much there until you get a little bit more of that. Slowly as you bring yourself right back center, let's bring your right hip towards your right shoulder, and you're gonna look over your right shoulder. Yep, there we go, that's it. Inhale, you're gonna come right back center, left hip towards your left shoulder, look over your left shoulder. Yeah, so you're kind of closing one side, so closing the gap between your shoulder and your hip, and really elongating one side. So that way, it's just gonna open up through the low back. Perfect. I'm going to do one more little lopsided movement here. So if you come back center, draw your right knee back just a couple of inches. There we go. And then as you exhale, draw your hips towards your heels. It doesn't necessarily have to touch your heels. And reach your fingertips forward, maybe your elbows down onto the floor. Yeah, there we go. So as you exhale, let your tailbone get a little bit heavier. There we go. So if this is your tighter side, you're going to know right about now. Because each side it's usually one side of the back that is a little bit more tense. And if you want to expand on this, you can walk your hands over towards the left and really reach out into this little rainbow shape on your right side. And then slowly as you come right back center, bring your wrists right underneath your shoulders, knees level with one another, and then switch directions. Left knee slightly back, slide your hips back into this little lopsided pose. Now if you want to go a little bit deeper, walk your hands towards the right, relax your elbows, head is released. Good. So you can bring your hips a little closer towards your heels and just kind of come into, yeah, there we go. Is this your tighter side too? Yeah. So you'll just stay in it just a tad bit longer and you'll just breathe into it a little bit deeper. Right, and then just as slowly as you come right back center, bring your knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath the shoulders, and then this time we'll go kind of side to side. So bring your left hand towards your right. You can even stack it on top of one another if you want, and then shift your hips towards your left heel. Yep, that's it. And then inhale, you're gonna come right back up, wrists underneath the shoulders, right hand towards your left, and slide it back. And then inhale, come right back center, and just continue to go side to side like that. Yeah. So feel free to go at your pace. And once again, if you need to stay or linger in one direction, please feel free to do so. Okay, now this time as you settle right back center, let's extend your right leg straight back behind you. Take the ball of your foot down. You just push back, come forward, push back, come forward. Great. So you're just opening up right into the calves here, right into the sole of your foot. And then slowly as you come back center, let's angle your left shin out. Keep your left foot down, right heel comes down, and then right arm lifts up. Yep. That's it, good. And then top arm can reach up overhead if you want, or you can reach back if you want. If you want more of a hip flexor opener, your right leg can kind of draw back a little bit, and that way kind of opens up just a tad bit more through the front of your body. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring both hands down, both shins down, and let's lift your left arm all the way up. Left arm all the way up. Yeah, there we go. And then as you exhale, slide your left arm behind your right. Set the wrist, shoulder, and side of the head down to the floor. You can stay here or reach your right arm towards the top of the mat. Yeah, there we go. So again, further stretching into your shoulders and giving your wrists a little bit of a break here. And then slide your right palm next to your face, reach your left arm all the way overhead, and then exhale, bring both hands down. Now your left leg is going to extend. So push back, come forward, push back, come forward, yeah. Okay, and then as you slowly come back center, angle your bottom shin out, left heel down, and reach your left arm all the way up. Top arm can reach up overhead or reach it back, whatever you need here. And then as you exhale, bring both hands right back down, both knees right back down. Let's lift your right arm all the way up. And then exhale, right arm comes behind the left. Set the wrist, shoulder, and side of the head down to the ground. You can keep your left palm towards your face or extend it towards the top of the mat. And then slide your left palm next to your face, reach your right arm all the way up overhead. And then as you exhale, set both hands down, hips stay right above your knees, walk your fingertips forward, forehead or chin and chest onto the floor, and just extend out into extended puppy pose. Good. I'm going to shift your hips forward just a little bit more, Sue. Yeah, there we go. And then stretch your fingertips forward a little bit more too. There we go. Now your whole spine is going to kind of extend a little bit more. This next pose, I can't really demonstrate it anymore. So you'll lift your head up and then just come into Sphinx pose here. So you're going to come all the way down onto your belly. So come all the way onto your belly. Yep, that's it. And then you're going to bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders and draw the chest in between your biceps. Yeah, there we go. Press down into your forearms and just open up right here. It's really great for the spine as well as opening up through the front of the body, especially if you're going to go back to the computer work and you want to kind of reopen the front. And then just as gently, you're going to look over towards the right and open up right into the left side of your neck. And then slowly look over towards the left and open up right into the right side of your neck. And then slowly as you come right back down, let's stack your hands directly on top of one another, forehead on top of the stacked hands, and just wiggle your hips side to side. There we go. This is one of my favorite little back openers. And if you're going to go a little bit bigger, bend your heels towards your seat. And then just move side to side like fishtails. Yeah. Nice. And then gently you're going to extend your legs straight back Now bring your hands next to your sides. You can clasp your hands if you want and come into Shalabhasana locust pose. Inhale, you're gonna lift your upper body, lower body, and just open up right here. Yeah, there we go. And then as you exhale, gently release right back down, hands onto the ground, and then slide back into child's pose. Forehead down onto the floor, your elbows down to the floor. Yeah, and move a little bit side to side right here. Again, let your tailbone get super heavy towards your heels so you have a little bit more release. Just as gently as you come right back up, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and then now you'll come into your down dog. So when you tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, and then all the way back. And start to treat out your heels, shake out your head, fingertips are spread really wide. Yeah, and if you want your low back to open up a little bit more, just come onto your tiptoes, bend your knees, and lift your hips up and back a little bit. So you're shifting away from your wrists. There we go. Yeah, really nice long spine, nice long back. Okay, and then as you exhale, set your heels down, maybe your right leg lifts up, and then your right foot steps towards your right thumb. If it doesn't really share, just grab your ankle, place it there. And then slowly from here, back heel down onto the floor. Let's go into warrior one. Bend through the front knee. You're going to reach your arms all the way up. Good, that's it. So your hips are in a rib cage or fairly squared forward. And then now as you exhale, straighten out your front leg, arms release. Good. Inhale, you're going to rebend, arms lift. Exhale, rebend. Or re-straighten, sorry. And then inhale, rebend, reach. And then exhale, straighten. All right, this next time, inhale, you're going to rebend, and you're just going to pause right here, interlace your hands, bring your elbows out wide, and just move your head back. Maybe looking up here. Good. And then just as slowly as you lift your right back up, reach your arms out, and let's bring your right arm underneath the left, so you can give yourself a big hug, or come into full Garudasana. And then as you exhale, you're going to reach forward just a tiny bit, maybe about 2 inches or so. And then stretch your fingertips forward. So you're opening up right into the shoulders. Yeah. And then as you exhale, unwind. This time your back heel lifts as you reach your arms up. Yeah, and then exhale, set your heel down. Inhale, lift your back heel. Exhale, set it right back down. Good. Inhale, lift your back heel. Exhale, set it back down. Inhale this time, lift your back heel up, and maybe hover your toes an inch or two off the floor. Perfect. And then exhale, set both feet side by side. Ground down into your left foot, step back with your right. Good. Bend through the front knee, and you're going to reach your arms up. Starting with your front leg here, as you exhale, straighten out through the front leg, arms release. Inhale, rebend, arms lift. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, rebend. Exhale. All right, inhale, you're going to rebend. Reach your arms out to the side. Let's bring your left arm underneath the right. Either come into Garudasana or just give yourselves a big hug. You're going to hinge forward just about 2 inches. Okay, it's not very long, it's not very low. So you're going to slide your left hip back, stretch out right into your entire spine. Yeah, so it's going to be pretty strong through the glutes here. And then long inhale, lift your right back up, unwind your arms. This time, lift your back heel up as your arms lift. Exhale, lower your heel. Inhale, lift your back heel up. And then exhale, lower your heel. And lift. Okay, this time we're going to come into just a tiny bit of balance. You're going to lift Hover your toes and get you off the floor. Exhale, set both feet right back down onto the floor. Good. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. So keep your hips facing forward. As you exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up. Yeah, there we go. Inhale, you're going to come right back up. And then exhale, side bend. Perfect. So just continuing here. So you're getting into the obliques, but you're really also stretching out right into the back muscles as well. Yeah, there we go. Inhale, lift. And then exhale. Now we're going to carry that. So you're going to lift up. Exhale, release your arms down. Inhale, roll shoulders up. And then exhale. Coming into warrior two. So before we do that, let's go into the pancake. So flip your palms forward. Now your right palm is going to flip back as you look at your left shoulder. Inhale, you're going to come right back center. Left palm flips back as you look at your right shoulder. Come back center and just continue here, going back and forth. So your knees are really soft. Yep, that's it. So you're really just flossing the nerve around your neck, which is going to be kind of tense if your shoulders are tense. So loosening everything up. Okay, let's do one more to the right. And then one more to the left. Great, now you're going to come right back center. Okay, now your shoulders that are loosened up, you're going to grab them into your right foot. Let's step up with your left. So it's going to be a big step back. And you're going to open up into warrior two. So your knee is going to point towards the second toe here. Your hips, don't worry about having it perfectly squared. If your hips are kind of rotated inwards a little, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so that's next inhale. Reach your arms up, straighten out through your front leg. Exhale, rebend, palms flip down. Inhale, reach. And then exhale. Yeah, one more time. So try not to get into the traps. Yeah, and then exhale. Good, now we're going to do that little cartwheel type movement. Inhale, you're going to lean forward, reach up, and then keep your front knee deeply bent. Exhale, reverse. Good, there we go. Inhale, you're going to lean forward. And then exhale. Just remember, this movement, again, doesn't have to be huge here. And then exhale. All right, and then slowly you're going to reach. You're going to interlace your hands and draw the knuckles back, and then you're going to hinge your body forward at a diagonal. Yeah, there we go, that's it. So once again, it's going to kind of stretch out right into the back. Or at least that's my hope. And then you're going to slide your right hip back just a tiny bit, and then reach out. Yeah, there we go, and then let's give it a try. How's this on the back? You feel something?
More intense.
It's more intense? Yeah. Does it hurt though? If it doesn't hurt, it's fine. If it's like a real big stretch, it's okay.
Stretch.
Yeah, okay.
So basically this diagonal, I don't feel it as much.
Okay.
But then this twist.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then good. Yeah. And then slow inhalation lifts you up. Yeah. So it's probably feeling tight, so it's just kind of stretching out right there. Yeah, and then now you're going to straighten out through your front leg, reach your fingertips forward, and let's go into triangle here. So reach, reach, reach. Bottom hand comes down as the other arm lifts up. Yeah, and just remember variations with your top arm. You can have your thumb down, bring it back behind you, and just kind of open up through the front of your shoulders if you need. Yeah. And then just as lightly, you're going to come right back up. I'm going to do another variation here, okay? So you're going to lean forward, and then this time, you're going to reach your arm forward. There we go, and I'll try to reach both arms forward. This top hip, your left hip can rotate down just a tiny bit. Yeah, there we go. And that might, again, come into that stretch through your low back. And you can always release your arms down too. So your hips are kind of slightly open, but not completely closed, not like pyramid pose. And then slowly you're gonna come right back up. Exhale, release. Okay, now you're gonna come onto your right heel. Turn all 10 toes towards the long edge of your mat. Yeah, there we go. Inhale, you're gonna reach your arms all the way up. And then as you exhale, release your arms down. So if you're at home, feel free to grab hold of a block or Tupperware. Otherwise, release hands down, yeah. And then just bend one knee and then the other. You might feel a little bit creaky through the hips. Totally fine. My hips always make noises at the beginning here. And then as you come back center, right hand underneath your face, left hand on your hip, open up here. And you can gently open, stay open, yeah. And then as you exhale, come back center and gently switch. And then as you come back center, release hands onto your hips, long inhale lifts you all the way up. Exhale to the very top. Perfect. So we're going to come into the left side. So first off, you're going to lift your left toes up, and then starting with your left hip, turn, bend, and reach your arms out. Yep, that's it. Okay, and then this next inhale, you're going to reach your arms all the way up, straighten up through your front leg. And then exhale, rebend. Yep, there we go. Straighten your front leg, arms up. Yeah, there we go. And then exhale, rebend. That's it. One more in. And then exhale. Okay, so now the little sideways motion. Inhale, you're gonna lean forward, top arm reaches. And then exhale, reverse. Inhale, you're gonna lean forward. Exhale, reverse. Let's do just one more here. And then exhale. All right, and then slowly as you come up, interlace your hands, push your knuckles straight back, and then hinge upper body forward at a little diagonal. That's it, and sliding your left hip back ever so gently here. Yeah, there we go, that's it. And then just as gently as you come right back up. Okay, this time you're going to straighten out through your front leg and just come into your regular triangle. You're going to reach your arms forward, your left arm forward, and then your right arm up, and then pause right here. Inhale, you're going to come right back up in that little triangle variation. You're going to reach forward, okay, and then maybe your top arm reaches forward, your right arm, and then you can drop your right hip down a little bit. There we go. You can bring both hands down into your front leg or reach it forward, whatever that feels the best to you. So your feet are anchored down to kind of help really lengthen and open and ground. Good. And then long inhale lifts you right back up. Okay, you're gonna lift your toes up, turn all 10 toes towards the long edge of your mat once again. Okay, and then this time we're just gonna go side to side. So as you exhale, you're gonna bend your right knee and then slide your hips back, move your arms forward. Yeah, inhale, you're gonna stand right back up. And then exhale, bend left knee, slide your hips back, reach forward. Inhale, stand up. And then exhale, switch. There we go, that's it. So gently kind of opening up into your inner thigh. And then just as slowly as you come right back up, let's heel toe your feet in just a tiny bit, heels in, toes out. Bend your knees, sink your seat down towards the level, hands right above your knees, and just move a little bit side to side. Yeah, exactly. One shoulder can kind of come in and then the other. And then slowly as you come back center, you can stay here. Those of you who want, feel free to walk your feet in and then come into full squat if you want. Yeah, so you're shifting a lot more weight in towards your heels. This is a really good low back opener too. It might not feel like it immediately because it's even a deeper inner thigh opener. But it's kind of a anti-sitting at the desk pose too. All right, and just as gently, you're gonna bring your hands down, lift your hips up, and then hands under your hips, long inhale lifts you up. Yeah, heel turn your feet in, about hip length and parallel. Okay, now from here, just coming into a little bit of a balance pose here. Let's come into just a simple little tree. So you're gonna ground down into your right foot, and then left sole of your foot comes onto the ankle, shin, or right above the knee. Keep your hips pretty level, and then palms together. Yeah, that's it. So before we lift your arms, really think about these oppositional movements. Your foot is really pushing down, but the crown of your head is really pushing up. So there's this opposite movement here. And then slowly here, you can reach your arms up. Keep the sensation. And then exhale, palms come together, trace midline, kneecap forward, and set both feet down. Ground down into your left foot, right sole of your foot onto the ankle, shin or right above the knee, palms down again. Feel this groundedness right into the bottom foot. At the same time, the crown of your head is lifting. And then reach your arms up. And then as you exhale, palms come together, trace the midline and set both feet down. Inhale, reach your arms out and out. And then as you exhale, these are soft, angel, and forward hands above, below the knees. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. And then exhale, forward fold, plant your glands, and gently step back into your down dog. And just start to move your hips a little bit side to side. Good. And you're going to set your knees right back down to the floor. And then let's come into a lopsided child's pose. Walk your hands over towards the right. Shift your hips towards the left. Head is released. And let's walk your hands over towards the left. And same thing. And just really stretch out towards the left. And then as you come right back center, bring your palms together, elbows in towards the side of your head, bend your elbows, let your fingertips reach up towards the ceiling, or continue to bend and let your fingertips reach towards your feet. Right, and then gently you're going to extend your arms all the way out, and then you're going to come all the way onto your backs and just kind of getting a little bit more into the hamstrings. So it works with either the little towel or this little Pilates ring. So, and these are easy to clean, which is kind of why we have them out right now. So as you come all the way onto your backs, you can hug your knees in and just move a little bit side to side, releasing through the low back. Yeah, so start to circle your knees, and this is going to release through the sacrum a little bit more. And then reverse. And then as you exhale, set your feet right back down onto the floor. Okay, and so you're either going to grab hold of a towel or the little Pilates ring, And then your right knee pulls in and place the right foot inside the ring and just stretch your foot out. Yeah, there we go. So your hips are gonna stay really nice and steady. That's it. So that way your entire backs of your legs open up a little bit more. So if your hamstrings are starting to open up, your low back will also eventually start to open up too, because they've got a relationship, a very close relationship, low back and hamstring. Okay, and then you're gonna turn your right toes out just a tiny bit, and then move in the direction of your right shoulder. So rather than flopping out to the side, move it up. Yeah, there we go. So left foot can stay on the floor or left leg can extend out onto the floor, but make sure that the left leg stays very much engaged. And then as you exhale, lead with your heel and bring the leg across your body just a few inches and open up right into the outer thigh. And then just as slowly go right back center and breathe here. Yeah, and then you'll just switch. Bring your left foot inside the ring and then right foot down and then reach it all the way up. Then gently turn your left toes out at an angle, open in the direction of your left shoulder. Just open up in a different area of the hamstring. And just make sure that your right hip stays on the floor. And then as you exhale, draw your heel across your body just a few inches and open up right into your left outer hip. And slowly come right back center, reach along. And from here, you're going to bring both feet inside, and you can draw your feet apart and just kind of move a little bit side to side. Yeah, it's just kind of nice to kind of reopen into both of your legs. And then as you exhale, slowly release your circle or whatever you have, strap aside. And again, draw your feet about width apart and then just draw your knees in side to side. Reach under the knees, yes. bring your knees over towards the right and just pause right there. You can reach your arms up and take hold of your right wrist and come to a little side bend. And then slowly as you come right back up, bring your knees over towards the other direction. I'm going to do a little side bend. And then slowly as you come right back center, let's have your knees in towards your chest. And let's come into happy baby. So hands to the instep or the outside of your feet. And just move a little bit side to side. Right, keep your hips down towards the floor so your low back can kind of open up a little bit more. And then as you exhale, set your feet down to the floor, feet hip width and parallel. Great, so a little bit of low back opener. So here, just notice how your low back has this natural curvature. You can fit like 3 to 4 fingers in between the low back and the mat. So that's your neutral spine. Now, as you exhale, you're going to press your low back down onto the floor. And then inhale, bring your low back into a neutral position. Exhale, bring your low back down to the floor. Inhale, bring your low back into a neutral position. So a little bit more ease with this movement, less effort. So think of it as like the tiniest of cat-cows. And then slowly bring your low back into a neutral position. Extend your legs straight out. And then feel free to come into your shavasana. Flip your palms up. Close your eyes and just surrender down onto the floor. Keep your eyes closed and start to look to the fingers. Your arms all the way up overhead. And exhale. And draw one knee towards your chest and then the other, and just move a little bit side. Let's come into a fetal position on one side. And press your hands down onto the ground and then gently lift right back up into your Sukhasana easy pose. So once you have your hands on your knees, maybe just a couple of little cat-cows, kind of loosen everything up. And then slowly as you come right back up, reach your arms. Oh yeah. Palms come together and trace them. Long inhale. And long exhale. Watch out and gratitude. Namaste. Thank you.